Spawn came out in that dark, gritty tone ahead of its time. No one was doing that. So when it premiered on HBO, there was this cartoon on with sex, violence, people getting shot brutally, and people were like, "What
Talking
the
about
fuck is
some
this?"
creepy hentai show?
No, this is American hand-drawn like Spider-Man or X-Men, but R-rated.
I mean, they did. I mean, Toonami was showing a bunch of anime and stuff. Like, Ninja Scrolls was on. I think it was on Cartoon Network for a minute.
Nah, PB, I think you should definitely check it out. I can send you some clips and stuff. But the drawing style is not anime. It's like Americanized drawing style. Like it'd be like bringing a comic book to life. But there's like, man, there were like orgies and shit. There's a scene where like the mob boss is having an orgy with two girls and then they get shot.
Yeah, I don't know what you call hentai that's made with American arts.
No, there isn't such a thing. Only the Japanese is doing that crazy shit. Actually, sidebar, I got tricked by a girl to come and see, or to go and see hentai. I didn't know what it was at the time. Yeah, she goes. Yeah. So this girl goes to me. There's a late panel because I went to the Anime Expo in Jersey. And there's in the Meadowlands perp, you know what I'm talking about. And
no, I
don't. You
He's
never
in
been
South
to
Jersey.
I'm in South Jersey. I don't fuck with North.
There was a big expo going on. I went there to see Full Metal Alchemist at the time was releasing stuff for Brotherhood up and coming out, which was supposed to stick closer to the manga. So I was dressed up like Scar, and we went there to the panel, and I met I met a Peruvian girl, and so she was like she was like, "Hey, I'm going to see this anime stuff I've never seen before. It's called hentai." I'm like, "What the fuck is hentai?" And she's like, "Well, you'll see." And I was like, "Okay."
I think the one time you should have Googled it. Because the one time you should have Googled it to figure out what the fuck it was.
so I go in and like, okay, first red flag should have known was the audience. Those people were creepy as shit. Like, there were a lot of people that like, I was like, man, some of these people look like they're on those posters, like warning, or the FBI database. But I'm like, okay. God. And then there was a title, and it was called Wolf's Rain. I'm like, all right, that doesn't sound like anything suspect, Wolf's Rain.
No, your first clue should have been that they were handing out tissues at the door.
Well, funny story about that. There was someone with a box of tissues. I still didn't get the fucking hit. So, so we're sitting there, and it's like this tiny room, and it's like really claustrophobic. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? And they put it on like the big screen. There's a projector there and stuff. And it's going, it's pretty cool. These people are like transforming into wolves and battling other people. And then all of a sudden, there's like a shit ton of like just like crazy random sex scenes and about no story or nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then there's wolves banging wolves, dudes banging wolves. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'm looking at this right now. It doesn't look like it's got any like type of hentai, like normal hentai shit in it. It definitely looks like what are those? I forget what exactly was called. It's kind of there's another term for it.
When did the tentacles show up?
Oh, no, thank goodness, no tentacles. I mean, I've seen a movie called Wicked City, which was pretty crazy,
fucking gnarly.
Yeah, but this was like, you can't tell, but some crazy shit goes down. I was like, what? And it was like a midnight panel, and I should have known, like. Perp. I'm telling you, you'll never be the same. Don't do it, man. Don't
Bro,
I tell these
I've seen way crazy. I've seen a Serbian film, so I've seen pretty much everything there is that's crazy.
all right, that's fair enough.
You know,
I have a
definitely.
request. I have a request for the chat. Could please, someone, please clip that shit of Zod's hentai experience, and then
I'll do that.
upload it. I want to watch that like on loop for a little bit. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Got tricked into
You
some
know,
hentai.
A
these are the
villain's first
moments where I just say
experience
to
with
myself,
a new medium.
these are the moments where I wonder how exactly I get into these situations. But yeah, so if you're in a small confined room with some shady people, don't watch whatever they put on, because more than likely you'll be scarred for the rest of your life.
If you go in, no, correction. If you go into a room with a bunch of shady people, you fucking run.
Exit stage left.
Yeah,
I
Stone
don't
Cold
run unless
Jeremy
I'm
says
told
in the
where the
chat,
donuts are.
Stone Cold Jeremy in chat says, no, Zod, the first red flag was when your friend said, well, you'll see.
No shit, right? Like, nah, man, you gotta give me at least some inclination of what is going to be plastered to my fucking brain before I walk in here.
Well, PB, I would say like equivalent to this. I would be like, yo, like sausage party is technically what happens at the end of it. That's some like hentai food shit.